So I've been working on a book. I call it my book because I've written many PDFs and workbooks and ebooks and that sort of thing, but this one is a real life physical book, a book, one you can hold in your hands, turn the corners of the pages and lend out to a friend. And to be honest, the process of planning, writing, editing, formatting, launching, funding, publishing, and delivering the book has been a bit crazy. Some days I wonder what the heck I was even thinking. I think it might be the most challenging, most awesome, most rewarding, most button-pushing journey of my life so far. But no matter what comes of it, I'm so glad that I'm doing it, that I'm bringing this book into the world. This book is me owning my light. You see, I talk a lot about building a lighthouse and igniting your light. This is my mission. I want you to shine. But the thing I think we sometimes forget is that it's not enough to just ignite your light. To find what lights you up and give yourself permission to have more of that in your life. You also need to beam your light out to the world. That's why the lighthouse is such a perfect symbol. You know, we could have chosen a candle or a light bulb or maybe like a giant crystal chandelier as our symbol for the light. But the lighthouse reminds us that it is not enough to just flip the switch and light up. We are here to shine our light with others, to beam it out like the beacon of the lighthouse. We need to stand in our truth, honor our light, and say out loud, "Hey world, this is me." As I said, my book has been this journey for me, telling my story, speaking my truth, sharing my passions, voicing my dreams out loud, declaring my mission, bearing my heart and my soul. Not gonna lie, it's been pretty freaking scary, but it's also created the biggest shifts in my life. It's helped me to build up my confidence, my sense of worthiness, my belief in myself. It's helped me to get unstuck and deal with my fear, my blocks. And so, it's all been worth it. I'm not saying you need to go and write a book. You can, of course, if you want to, if that's your dream. But the book is just the example. It's the vehicle. Your journey is what matters. It's the step that you take to being more visible, raising your voice, and speaking your truth. It's the step you take to say, "Hey world, this is me." You can share your light in so many ways. You could speak up at the next meeting that you attend. You could join or engage in or even create your own groups or meetups or events online or off. You can write something more personal maybe on social media, or you could start a blog or a podcast or a webcast on YouTube. You can make live videos. Facebook Live and Periscope are so fun for this, for experimenting and exploring that voice of yours. You can share your voice through artwork, photographs, music, or even movement, or any other facet of your creativity. You can simply sit down beside your partner, your friend, your parent or child, and say, "Hey, this is what matters to me, and this is what lights me up, and this is what I want you to know about me. This is me." The point is that there's no right or wrong way to beam your light. There's just your way. But do keep in mind that you will need to push that light outwards, away from the safety of the shore. You need to push yourself just a little bit out of your comfort zone. If it feels a little bit scary to speak up in some way or to share something with others, something more about what lights you up, or maybe to reveal something that you're used to keeping to yourself, well then, I think you're doing it right. I said earlier that my book feels a lot like bearing my heart and soul. And if you check the thesaurus for the word bearing, a synonym is bring to light. How awesome is that? When we bear ourselves, when we share ourselves, when we put a voice to what's inside, we bring to light. Your light matters, and it's meant to be shared, not hidden inside. So I think we have two choices here. We can keep doing what we've always done. You know, we can use Facebook to share funny cat videos, and we can keep to those surface conversations with the people in our life, and we can keep swallowing down that which matters the most to us, or interests us, or lights us up in some way, or kind of scares us a little, or makes us wonder, or makes us want to stand up and rant and rave. We just keep swallowing that down. Or we can honor our own journey. We can honor our light by sharing it out loud in some way with at least one new person. Because when you own your light and you speak your truth, you send a strong message to yourself, to the universe, and to everyone around you. A message that your light does indeed matter. And I'm telling you, it really does. The number one bit of feedback I hear when I talk about beaming your light, sharing your stories or your passions or your journey or whatever fires you up, the thing I hear is this: who am I to share my story? No one will care. It doesn't really matter. I'm not that special. Well, first of all, you speak your truth, or share your story, or shine your light for you. You do it to honor you and who you are in the world. But when you do, you also give others permission to do the same. And I think that's a pretty beautiful thing. Beaming your light is not just about the lighthouse sending out the signal. It's about that boat that's floating out there at sea, waiting for the message, wishing also to be seen and to be heard. It's about connection. I once had the opportunity to ask one question of a wise group of old souls who call themselves the Ones. My question was about worthiness. I asked them about that feeling that so many of us have, that who am I to feeling of unworthiness. Here's their answer. I wanted to share it with you today. What if you stopped thinking about yourself? What if instead you think of that one person that you are here to serve or help or simply connect with in some way? Can you picture in your mind just that one person? Imagine her sitting alone on a single chair in a dark room, in a world that's not making sense right now, feeling isolated, lost, frustrated, annoyed, confused, overwhelmed, ineffective, lonely, or any of those other things that any one of us is struggling with. What does that feel like for her? The pain, the despair, the disconnect. Feel that now. What can you do for her? I think you know already exactly what she needs. Can you step up from your chair and walk across to her? Can you wrap her in a warm blanket? Offer her a hug? Let her know that she's not alone. Yes, there is a gap you must cross. A comfort zone. A fear that you will be criticized, or a voice that says you might fail. A deep feeling inside of you that you are not enough. But you must step over that gap. You must cross that threshold. Imagine that one person. Go out to her. Take your heart to her heart. Nothing else matters. Only your connection to her. When you do this, not only will you make a difference to her, but to many others like her. And you will also make a difference to you. Pretty powerful message. And I'm glad I got a chance to share it with you today. Because sharing your stories, speaking up, expressing what matters to you, putting a voice to what has been ignited inside of you, saying, hey world, this is me, that is indeed a powerful thing. You build your worthiness. You own your light. You connect to you. And also, you connect to others simply by shining. So please, beam your light outwards. It was never meant to stay hidden inside.